What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. And today is filled with the fall of X Comics. To kick it all off, we're starting off with Uncanny Avengers, issue number 3. And throughout this little miniseries, what we had seen is in response to the rising anti-mutant sentiment, Captain America has reformed his Avengers Unity Squad. Most recently, Rogue had challenged Captain America's leadership, but Captain America doesn't find himself too concerned with this. He has been focusing on the journalist Ben Urich. He is hoping that Ben might be able to help him expose Orcus. And if this isn't enough, there is the mysterious Captain Krakoa, with Captain Krakoa forming the new iteration of the terrorist Mutant Liberation Front. Together, they have stolen a nuclear weapon, and they have planted it at Empire State University. So, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we're picking up on Ellis Island, the current headquarters for the Unity Squad, with Deadpool and Black Widow both doing some target practice on some pumpkins. Black Widow doing this blindfolded, only going to show how absolutely surgical she is with a rifle. But as everyone is training and preparing, this is when Rogue comes up saying that Steve is in trouble. He sent out another distress code, and so Rogue and Quicksilver, they take off. They hightail it over to New York, to the X-Men treehouse. This is where Captain America has called a press conference. He is bringing together all of the press and all of the people. He lets them all know that he just did something he has always told his fellow Avengers would get them kicked off the team. He sent out a distress call to make them think that he is in mortal danger. But he did this for a good reason. He wanted the press and the people to meet the individuals, the heroes, that are willing to rush headfirst into danger to save Captain America. And as Captain America points out, many of these people on my team are mutants. Now, people in the crowd begin to say that the mutants attacked them, but Cap says that it does appear that way. But in this country, we have the presumption of innocence. Nobody has been convicted in a court of law. He also goes on to say that he doesn't know who is wearing the Captain Krakoa suit, but it is not Cyclops. And in his opinion, it's probably not a mutant either. But even with Cap speaking, this doesn't seem to be appeasing the crowd. When somebody throws a drink at him, he holds Deadpool, making sure that Deadpool doesn't do anything in this situation. And Captain America continues on, saying that this country has been fractured. There is an organization that is benefiting from all of this. As we quickly look over at the Orcus headquarters, MODOK, Fei Long, and Dr. Stasis, they know that what Captain America is doing is going to be devastating, but they have figured out a way to clean all of this up. Captain America had said that there has not been a trial, not a single conviction. Dr. Stasis plans to change that. The only question is, will they use Cyclops or Xavier? And back at the press conference, many of the people are upset because mutant kind, they're not seen as American anymore, that they moved away, they have their own island. And if Cap's being honest, he wasn't happy when the mutants did that either. That his mutant friends felt like their health and safety couldn't be guaranteed in America, that they needed something more than America. But Cap is loyal to the dream, and America needs to hear the truth in order to be better. That truth is that the American dream isn't the promise it should be, because fear is being weaponized. Americans shouldn't be afraid of different races. We shouldn't be afraid of the poor and addicted. Shouldn't be afraid of what you're reading. Shouldn't be afraid of what you're wearing. You shouldn't be afraid of differences, political or otherwise. Not afraid of how someone lives or what somebody loves. And we should always have a very healthy skepticism for anybody that says we should be afraid of the person next to us. Always ask why. And this brings Captain back to his original point. He is skeptical of the official story. He is very concerned about Orcus. He knows that they are being less than honest. And that is Captain America's truth. With the press conference being over and Cap talking to Ben, he lets the reporter know that he has a meeting later on this evening that might interest him. And then he goes over to Rogue. Captain America has heard that there is a witness to the Hellfire Gala, a human witness that saw all of it transpire. Someone who may be able to refute the story that Orcus is telling. he would like to introduce this witness to Ben. At first, Rogue is a little hesitant, not sure if she wants to give up who this individual is, but Cap tells her that you have to trust me, that they must share the witness. This is where we pick up with Penance and Quicksilver, not really knowing what her plan is at first. We see the two of them go into disguise, walking around the mall, and when they had fought the Nazi twins, Penance had smelled a perfume that her father bought for her mother, trying to pick up any clue on where the Nazi twins might be. But Penance has miscalculated, because the Nazi twins, they are here, and they immediately attack. The twins, using their combined power, they begin to knock down pillars. And while Penance is able to hold it, she tells Quicksilver to get all the innocents out of the building, as they prepare to attack Penance while she is holding the pillars. Quicksilver comes in and hits the Von Struckers, and then Quicksilver gets to work on fixing the pillar, doing everything he can to make sure that this thing holds. This gives Penance the opportunity to take care of the Nazis. Not usually one for violence, she's making an exception today. With Quicksilver being done with the pillar, he rushes in and breaks the twins apart. And then Penance starts laying into Andrea. She wants to know who is Captain Krakoa. They want to know where is the bomb. After giving these two a beatdown, not getting any information out of him, the Von Struckers saying that they are going to be killed if they say anything. This is when that pillar begins to break away. Quicksilver may have been able to get it holding for a moment, but it wasn't secure enough to stay good, and so Penance running over and grabbing the pillar. Quicksilver goes to clear out the building, and the Von Struckers get the opportunity to run. On any other day, he could have simply ran up and caught them, but what we learned is he left his Avengers ID card on one of them. So no matter how far they run, they will be able to track them down. That's when Quicksilver goes in for a kiss, and then they head back to Ellis Island before the twins discover what they had done. Meanwhile, we pick up at the office of the Daily Bugle. Captain America here to meet up with Ben. They are waiting for this mysterious individual. Even Captain America doesn't know the identity of the X-Men's witness, but they have agreed to have him meet them here. And when that witness walks into the room, neither of them expected it to be this man. And this man is none other than Kingpin. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So this is a very interesting turn of events. Wilson Fisk being the witness, that's kind of sketchy ground. Because yes, technically he was there, but again, he is freaking Kingpin. How well will his testimony hold up in a court of law? After all, he is a literal Kingpin, or at least was. A criminal, a crime boss. A good defense could easily put him out of his misery, could discredit him and everything that he might have to say. But even more than that, Captain America is trying to use the press and the public to shine light on the truth, to expose Orcus for what they are. And while it looks like our team, Captain America, they might have the upper hand for a moment, the fact of the matter, Dr. Stasis and Orcus, they already got a plan in play. We know what is coming up, the trial of Cyclops. And so we can assume that they are going to take down whoever they resurrected for Captain Krakoa, because he's kind of gone off the reservation, if you will. They will take him down, they will say that it was Cyclops since they have him in captivity, and they will put Cyclops on trial. So everything that Captain America has said, it's not gonna matter. The evidence is going to be very abundant and very apparent, and that is completely intentional. They have the resources and the capability to frame Cyclops for all of this. He will stand trial, and the evidence that Orcus will be able to fabricate will be undeniable. It will be unquestionable. With this little miniseries coming to a close in the near future, the fall of X not far behind, there's gonna be a lot of revelations in the coming months and weeks. The only question, can mutant kind survive? Can the dream of Krakoa live on? Or will mutant kind be changed forever once again? Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories, if you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.